City 3-0 West Ham live. Premier League result, match stream, latest reaction and updates today. Kickoff. Underway at the Etihad. Manchester City need a win to go back above Arsenal in the title race. This could be a long night for depleted West Ham. 2 minutes, Guardiola was involved in some intense discussions with Haaland and Rodri before kickoff. City start on the front foot immediately, as you might expect, with Alvarez playing a nifty 1-2 with Haaland before unleashing a drive from range that is well held by Fabianski. The Argentine World Cup winner was looking for an early repeat of his fine goal from Craven Cottage on Sunday. Dom Smith at the Etihad Stadium. Noticeable that David Moyes has only slightly tweaked his formation due to the illness-enforced absences. It's very much a 5-4-1 in defense for the Hammers, which becomes a 4-2-3-1 with Emerson pushing up on the left of the three when they get the ball. Keeping City at bay currently, but very, very early days here. 3 minutes, City are monopolizing possession in the early exchanges, which will surprise absolutely no one. But West Ham are pushing up and pressing where they can, not merely sitting back and waiting to be opened up. 5 minutes, Grealish tries to wriggle free for City, while Walker has twice tried to play balls inside Caufel. Alvarez can't keep hold of the ball to fashion another attack, but his work rate to try and immediately win it back is exemplary. 7 minutes, West Ham give the ball away and City are on it and forward in a flash, with Grealish drifting down the left and playing it back for Bernardo, who hurdles a challenge from Caufel. City have a corner, but the Czech fullback is convinced that the ball went out off the Portuguese. Replays show he has a point. West Ham promptly clear the set piece. 9 minutes, ominous from City as Bernardo and Grealish link up nicely again in that left channel, with the latter picking out Mahrez for a sweeping effort that Fabianski sees late and has to get down to push wide with a strong hand. Ake can't get his subsequent header from the corner on target. Dom Smith at the Etihad Stadium. Jack Grealish is seeing a lot of ball on Manchester City's left flank at the moment. Vladimir Caufel is keeping tabs on him well so far, but it feels like that is very much the wing from which the hosts are having most joy so far. 11 minutes, alert defending from Downs and West Ham try to push on, with Antonio wiped out by a poor sliding challenge from Ruben Dias. No idea how that's not a booking from referee John Brooks. 13 minutes, City are looking a bit sloppy and edgy early on here. Now Walker is perhaps fortunate to avoid a caution for taking down Emerson, who had linked up well with Antonio around the box. The hosts could very easily have 2 defenders in the book already tonight. The free kick is headed clear and Antonio comes close to closing down Ortega, but the German manages to clear his lines. 15 minutes. That's a crucial last-ditch block and piece of anticipation from Cresswell to cut out Alvarez's squared ball that would have given Haaland a tap-in. West Ham were far too open on the counter there, with Grealish leading the charge. 17 minutes. This is far from vintage City at the moment, with Mahrez fluffing his lines and Guardiola cutting an animated figure on the sidelines. Moyes will be more than content with this start from his depleted West Ham team. 19 minutes, Grealish will always have his moments, but Caufel is combating his threat well so far tonight. West Ham are really getting penned in now, but the final ball from City is still sorely lacking. If Antonio can remain a decent out ball for the Hammers, he looks capable of posing Dias problems on the counter. 20 minutes, Haaland has been very quiet indeed so far with limited service as City try a more direct approach into the box, but West Ham's makeshift defense stand firm. Dom Smith at the Etihad Stadium. West Ham are definitely growing into the match now, midway through the first half. They're certainly not the dominant side, but they're seeing a lot more of the ball and are spreading it to wide players Jared Bowen and Lucas Paqueta quite nicely. Can they capitalize? 22 minutes, Antonio runs it out of play but West Ham are back on the ball, growing in confidence with great play from the skilled Lucas Paqueta. He links up well with Emerson and tries to float in a cross for Bowen. but it's too close to Ortega. 23 minutes, two big headers from Ogbonna as City ramp up the pressure, Grealish looking for Haaland with a cross to the back post. But the Italian heads behind before thumping clear the resulting corner. 24 minutes, this is better from City as Alvarez works brilliantly between the lines, picking up space and playing the ball out to Grealish, whose inventive cross is just too high for the leaping Mahrez and goes wide off Haaland at the back post. 26 minutes, the sleepy home crowd are getting into this now as City continue to up the tempo. Alvarez is looking very dangerous as the link man between midfield and attack. West Ham need to close down his space wherever possible. Paqueta and Downs are faring okay as things stand. 28 minutes, Ortega shanks a clearance straight out of play, much to the delight of the traveling West Ham contingent. Chance for Bowen from a tight angle. That's a sharp stop from Ortega. City need to wake up a bit. 30 minutes, most of the City danger is coming down that left-hand side. City initially work it right and then switch quickly, with Grealish cutting inside and trying to beat Fabianski at his near post. The Pole gets a key touch as the ball deflects wide off the post. But it's a goal kick given. Grealish is incensed. 32 minutes, City hit the woodwork again. This really should be 1-0 as Rodri plays a delightful give-and-go with Haaland, getting into the box and shaping a right-footed effort that clatters off the base of the post. The ball then skids along the goal line but stays out. A major reprieve for West Ham. Dom Smith at the Etihad Stadium. City are piling on the pressure now. How Rodri has not just scored, I do not know. Lovely 1-2 with Haaland, through on goal, then hits the post and it skids across the goal line but stays out. A sigh of relief from the away end, who had a perfect view of just how close that was. 34 minutes, a crucial touch from Kerrer to stop the influential Rodri in his tracks after Grealish had twisted and turned against Koufal and Stones had then tried to release the Spaniard into that left channel. Rodri heads the resulting corner back across goal and Stones ends up nodding well wide. 37 minutes, Grealish is felled and a dangerous Mahrez free kick almost falls kindly for Haaland. West Ham can't get out as City pile on the pressure, with Bernardo then falling backwards under the challenge of Ogbonna and asking for a penalty. Nothing given. 39 minutes. Bernardo is very busy in and around the West Ham box and a smart cutback is intercepted in the nick of time. Guardiola is currently wearing a very pained expression down on the touchline. West Ham are keeping their shape, concentration and discipline very well. They deserve to get in at halftime level at 0-0. 41 minutes, West Ham lump a hopeful free kick forward with halftime approaching. It's flicked high into the air by Antonio and Ake gets there ahead of Bowen, with Fornals then lashing an ambitious volley into orbit. Half a chance for the Hammers, though a very difficult one. 43 minutes, the body language isn't great from frustrated City at the moment as Grealish plays a pass into no one. But Alvarez is now free running down the middle and the home fans want a penalty after Haaland goes down while tussling with Kerrer. City's latest cross is then headed away by Ogbonna. 45 minutes, just the 1 minute of added time signaled at the end of this first half. City press for the opener before the break. But again it's solid defending from Ogbonna. He has repelled everything that has gone into that West Ham box so far tonight. An admirable and spirited effort from the depleted Hammers so far. City have hit the woodwork twice through Rodri and Grealish, but otherwise they've been off the pace despite having 80% of the possession. Is there hope for Arsenal yet? Dom Smith at the Etihad. City have certainly been the better side at the halfway point at the Etihad Stadium. But West Ham have held firm, won their aerial battles at the back when crosses have been fed for Erling Haaland. And if it stays like this, how interesting this result might prove at both ends of the table. Sky Sports report that is only the third time that City have failed to score in the first half at the Etihad all season. City have won 14 of their 16 home matches in the league this term, losing only once. A big second half awaits in the title race. Can West Ham hold their nerve? Second half. The teams are back out at the Etihad. No changes from Guardiola or Moyes at the break. Can West Ham give London rivals Arsenal a huge boost in their title quest? 47 minutes. City are straight on the front foot, but Alvarez can't get on the end of a pass into the box. West Ham push forward through Paqueta and Antonio winds up a long throw that City head clear. 48 minutes. Very clever from Grealish as he charges forward and whips the ball away from a hopelessly telegraphed sliding challenge from Downs. He takes the contact and Downs is booked. Goal. Manchester City 1-0 West Ham. Nathan Ake 50-foot. 50 minutes. City break the deadlock within 5 minutes of the interval. After Downs' foul on Grealish, Mahrez whips in a delicious free kick that Ake heads in off a touch from Fabianski. Really poor from Ogbonna, who was playing everyone onside and then left Ake free as he got sucked towards the ball in a failed attempt to clear. West Ham's stubborn resistance is broken. 53 minutes. West Ham are suddenly looking very vulnerable, with the pacey Alvarez looking to take advantage. Space opens up and Haaland combines with Grealish, with his ball intended for Mahrez in the middle blocked as Fabianski unwisely comes racing off his line. A big test of character ahead for West Ham now. City have found their groove and there's a lot of time left. Dom Smith at the Etihad Stadium. That goal will feel like a real killer for West Ham. They had been so defensively diligent in the first half. To then concede a header from a free kick to an unmarked centre-back shows a sudden loss of concentration. And so soon after the break too. 57 minutes. West Ham are living exceptionally dangerously with 2 City penalty shouts in a matter of moments. First, Kerrer goes through Haaland to get to the ball with a risky challenge inside the box. Then Stones goes down while being challenged by Ogbonna from the corner. Nothing doing from the referee or VAR, much to Moyes' relief. 59 minutes. A rare foray forward from West Ham just before the hour mark as Caufel gets down the right and his cross is steered safely behind by Walker with Bowen lurking menacingly behind. Caufel is in trouble here, looks like he's done his hamstring. Ben Johnson is on the West Ham bench. 61 minutes, Caufel limps off, with Johnson on. Another fitness blow for Moyes. 63 minutes. West Ham have enjoyed a good few minutes here and end up forcing another corner that Rodri looks to miss completely at the front post. Another is punched clear bravely by Ortega, with bodies piling into that 6-yard box. They aren't out of this yet. 65 minutes. It's all gone a little bit flat for City since the goal and those quick-fire penalty shouts. Guardiola must be mulling over changes. Johnson's foul on Grealish offers Alvarez the chance to swing in a free kick from wide on the left. Danny Ings is preparing to come on for West Ham, meanwhile. 66 minutes. A really poor delivery from Alvarez goes straight out of play for a goal kick. Ings is now on for Antonio, who doesn't look best pleased about going off. But he gets an explanation from Moyes as he trudges to his seat on the bench. 68 minutes. Alvarez certainly doesn't need a second invitation to shoot and his latest curled effort from long range goes past Ogbonna before being held by a diving Fabianski. Goal. Manchester City 2-0 West Ham. Erling Haaland 70-foot. 70 minutes. Haaland breaks the record for the most goals in a single Premier League campaign ever. West Ham are in huge trouble as they give it away too easily to Bernardo and Grealish releases the Norwegian goal machine at just the right time. Haaland is as cool and composed as ever as he lifts a deft chip effortlessly over the onrushing Fabianski and in. His 35th goal of the top-flight season sees him move one clear of previous record holders Alan Shearer and Andy Cole. Just sublime. His 51st of the season altogether, with many more to come I'm sure. A total phenomenon. 73 minutes. West Ham have acquitted themselves very well indeed tonight for the most part. But that's surely the end of their chances of getting anything from this game. Paqueta now down after an innocent-looking challenge from Rodri. Dom Smith at the Etihad Stadium. A 2-goal deficit may now prove a mountain to climb that even David Moyes sees as insurmountable. Grealish and Haaland combining beautifully just as they have all season. Haaland moves above Andy Cole and Alan Shearer and has now scored the outright most goals in a single Premier League campaign by an individual, 35. Bonkers. 76 minutes. With another valuable 3 points now surely in the bag, Guardiola replaces Alvarez and Ake with Foden and Akanji. 79 minutes. Wide from Stones as City push for a third goal heading into the final 10 minutes. Another change from Moyes as Benrahma replaces Bowen. 83 minutes. City look more than happy to take the sting out of this contest now and cruise towards another comfortable win that will take them back above Arsenal to the top-flight summit. Goal. Manchester City 3-0 West Ham. Phil Foden 85-foot. 85 minutes, it's 3. City force another corner after unselfish play from Haaland. It's headed away at the front post, with Foden's fierce left-footed volley deflecting in off Emerson, who had turned his back. That's City's 1,000th goal of the Pep Guardiola era. So many huge milestones tonight. 88 minutes, chance for a West Ham consolation, but Ortega is equal to Paqueta's drive before Bernardo does well to block Fornal's goal-bound effort. 90 minutes, 3 minutes of added time signaled for West Ham to endure. City throw on Phillips in place of Rodri. 90 minutes, 3 minutes of added time signaled for West Ham to endure. City throw on Phillips in place of Rodri. Full time. Manchester City 3-0 West Ham. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.